I am Dr. N.Senthil Madasamy, Associate Professor, Computer Science and Engineering. I am going to deliver a second part of Session 2 topic, Version Control for one credit course of DEVOPS Technologies. This session topics to be covered is second part of Version Control of Module 1 Introduction. At the end of Module 1, the students will be able to explain the basics of version control, CI/CD, and AWS, OpenStack, VMware for DevOps. At the end of this session, the students will be able to describe the introduction about types and tools of version control. In this session, I will cover the introduction about types and tools of version control. Types of version control systems are local version control system, central version control system, and distributed version control system. Local version control system is one of the simplest forms and has a database that kept all the changes to the files under version control in local system. In this local version control system, the developer ideally what he is going to do to maintain files in his local computer. Whenever he changes each file, then he is going to mark that one with a particular version, and next time when he is again modifying the same file, then he is going to mark that one name with different version, so that if there is any problem with the version, you again he can go back and see what are the changes in version 1 and he can replace those files. The advantage of local version control is developer can keep maintaining whatever changes is happening for other files. The disadvantage of this approach is if developer or by mistake while giving the version, if he giving a wrong version or while keeping this file, if it is in the different folders, then there is a chance of missing data. Another disadvantage is data maintained in the local computer. There is no security happening for data, and also something happened to the computer. That is, if it crashes, then it is very difficult to retrieve this data. When you are working with the distributed development, that means when we are working with larger development project, then it is very difficult to collaborate with all other developers because other developers does not have any idea on what are the changes you are trying for the files. So these are the few advantages of local version control system. In the central version control system, what happens is the whole code will be in the central repository server that we will call as central version control system. This maintains there are all the versions of given project, and then developers who are working on this project, they need to connect this server and they need to check out the code to their local computers. For example, here computer 1. There are one developer is working on the computer 1. Then he need to check out what are the files he want to and he need to work on it. Similarly, the second developer who is working in the computer too, he needs to check out the code for those files and then he need to work on this. So the advantage of this central version control system is the first one is that everything will be placed in the server and this server will have a more security and it needs to be integrated with high security policy. Second one is as this is the centralized server, other developers can know that what are the files actually particular developer is working on it. If we talk about disadvantage, still this central server will be maintained all the code. Now, but for example, if this central server goes down, then other developers cannot do anything over. And also, if something happened to the central reporting server, and if there is a crash in the server, then it is very difficult to recover the data from central repository server. So the industry is moved to another approach. It is called as distributed version control system. In the distributed version control system, what happens is the main server will have all the versions of the files. That is called as a related to project. And a client or the developer who want to work with this distributed version control system. First, they need to clone the complete code of the server to their local machine. For example, the developer one is working in the computer one. Then what he needs to do is he needs to clone the complete code from the server. It is not for the particular file, but he has to clone the complete code from the server to his local machine, and then he can work on like a independent machine he can work. Similarly, developer 2 who is working on the computer 2, this developer also take the complete code from the server, and this developer can also work independently. Now if you want to do any operation, the first thing is there is no need of network connectivity. Once you clone the complete code to the given computer, once the whatever changes you want to do, you can do on your local, and once you feel that you are complete with your testing and all the changes, then you can push back this to main repository. Similarly, developer 2 who is working on a computer 2, he can do his own code changes and later he can directly push it to server. For example, if server goes or crashes, then the computer 1 or computer 2 already have the complete cloning of the main server. Still you can go ahead and recover the data from other computers. So this is one of the advantage of distributed version control system, and also it is going to allow you parallel. That means a parallel development process or linear development process is support. That means like 1,000 members are also working on the project. Every computer will have the clone on the server, and they can do whatever the operation they want to do, and once they completed they can go ahead and push to main server. One of the example for the distributed version control system is the gate. This gate will provide the strong features for searching, merging, and if you want to access or you want to commit, the operation will be very faster when compared to central repository server. The most popular distributed version control systems are Git and Mercurial. They help us overcome the problem of single point of failure. The summary of this session summarized the types of version control systems of local, central, and distributed version control system, and listed popular tools for version control system. I hope that you are clear with types and tools of version control system. Next third session of Model 1 will cover the introduction about continuous integration in next video lecture. Thank you for listening video. Have a nice day.